Welcome back everybody to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 73. If you happen to be new here, feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on every hype sneaker. Essentially, in this series we go over sneakers that received updates throughout the week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Jordans, Yeezys, and more. But with that short little intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. Kicking it off for today, we will be getting another Air Force One Stussy drop. However, it's not exactly your typical Air Force One Stussy. One of their extremely skilled artists has taken the time to hand dye pairs of these. These will be dropping on January 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The artist did an incredible job on these, and I really do hope that they do get the recognition they deserve. One thing to note is that they are limited to 250 pairs total. Unfortunately, we don't know what the retail is going to be for them. Assuming the retail is anything near what they were on the normal Air Force One Stussys, these should definitely be profitable with an incredible margin as well. I would expect these to perform even better than the normal pairs, but you will have to sell them through eBay or Go, as StockX likely won't support these hand-dyed pairs. Obviously, with 250 pairs, it is not going to be easy to cop these, but it will be possible and worth trying for. Hence, I do want to break some things down for you guys. You should expect them to enable a password page before the drop and put it down sometime after 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Usually, it's not at the exact time. Often, it's a few seconds late. Make a bookmark for the domain and keep clicking that, just as you did for the prior Dunk collab we did discuss. You can even bookmark the search page for Air Force One, as I do not expect them to create a new domain for this release. It should load somewhere on the site. If you have access to a Shopify monitor and a Discord server, obviously you'll want to take advantage of that, as again, I do not expect them to upload a new domain for these. Good luck, of course. Obviously very limited, so just try your best. Be careful if they do load with a retail of like $2,000 or something absurd like that. Again, we don't know for sure what it's going to be, but I presume it'll be somewhat reasonable. I just wanted to update you guys with that first, since that is the most time-sensitive thing for today. But now let's move on to Jordans, as we do have some very exciting news. Kicking it off, the Jordan 1 High 85 cut neutral gray has finally loaded onto Nike sneakers and has a release date for February 10th, adding on to the insane heat I already mentioned we had in our last video. Something very interesting occurred though. They loaded the product page stating that there were 23,000 pairs set to drop, but later removed it. My current guess is that they likely just used the same page format as the reverse spread pair, because that pair actually did have 23,000 pairs total, and perhaps they just forgot to remove it. If these actually did have 23,000 pairs, I don't see why they would remove it. I don't see any motive to do so, but I'll be able to confirm stock once we do get closer to the release date. But I am hopeful that it may be higher than that, because I really don't see a reason why they would remove it otherwise intentionally. This is currently loaded as a Leo drop, let everyone order, essentially a 2 to 3 minute draw. If anyone needs pre-verified Nike sneakers accounts for this drop or any of the hype drops in February, feel free to check out the links in the description for reliable pre-verified accounts from my site TARS. Moving on, the Chinese New Year Jordan 1 Low is set to release on January 31st, according to multiple sources. I'll try to confirm that for you guys as well, and exactly where they're going to be releasing, as it's pretty vague as of now. Stock is limited to 8,500 pairs, extremely limited, as if these weren't already an obvious cop. Now, with the very low stock, low retail of only 130, and high demand all combined, definitely expect these to be extremely profitable with an incredible margin. Moving on from those though, the Jordan 14 Clot has loaded onto Nike sneakers for February 11th, while the Clot site drop will occur on February 8th. If you recall from my February sneakers to resell video, the Jordan 35 will also be dropping on the same day, although they have not loaded for sneakers as of yet. I do expect the 14s to be profitable with a very good margin, and the 35s should also be profitable as well, but not quite as high as the 14s. Moving on, the Jordan 1 Burgundy Crush is set to release in December of this year, so quite late, for $170, mock-up courtesy of Pirates. Expect these to be very profitable with a good margin as well. Although I love giving you guys good news, I am required to keep you guys updated on the bad news too. Unfortunately, sadly, about a week ago, we got confirmation that the Jordan 1 University Blue will be delayed to March 6th, no longer releasing in February. Luckily, it's not too far away, and quite frankly, it's at the start of March, so I don't really personally care too much. Expect expect these to be very profitable with a great margin anyway. Moving on, the Jordan 11 Bright Citrus is confirmed to be releasing on May 6th for $185. Primarily just a personal pair for these though. And finally, for Jordans, for everyone who is still asking me about the Jordan 1 Off-White and Yellow and if they're actually going to be dropping, yes, they are confirmed to be dropping. Be sure to check out my video regarding the Off-White site that I recently did post, as there's actually a small exploit on the website that does confirm that these are indeed going to be dropping sometime soon. But by soon, I don't exactly mean this month or next month. It's still going to be quite a while later into 2021. Now, moving on to Yeezys, with Jordans out of the way, courtesy of Yeezy Supply Leaks, it looks like we have another Yeezy 500 low coming soon. I'm disappointed in this to say the least, but if they're limited, they'll certainly have good potential for resale, of course, and I guess that's all most of us care about at the end of the day. I'll keep you guys updated for a release date. In addition to those, we have another Yeezy Quantum releasing soon in a Flora colorway, mock-up courtesy of Pirates. Unfortunately, Quantum Pipe has not been there as of the recent drops, and unless this pair is extremely limited, I have pretty poor expectations for these. Of course, though, I'll keep you guys updated. With Yeezys out of the way, though, let's move on to some miscellaneous sneakers. Kicking it off, the Dunk High Ambush will now be releasing on February 4th for $180. Expect them to be very profitable with a great margin, as we discussed in my last video. Moving on, the Dunk Sparta Green will be releasing on April 21st for $100. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin too. Then, as if February could not have gotten enough heat already, the College Navy Dunk Lows will be dropping on February 25th for $100. Expect these to be very profitable as well with a great margin too. One of the many drops to look forward to this coming month alone. Moving on, we got our first look at the Jean Paul Sacai Vaporwaffle, which will be dropping this year. I really don't know how I feel about this personally, but in terms of resale, you could certainly expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Then we got official images loaded for the Dunk Low Michigan, which should be dropping in the next couple of months for $100. Expect these to be very profitable as well with a great margin too. I don't know if you guys recall, but a while back we discussed the ready-made blazer collab, but we now have an exact release date for these. These should be dropping on February 27th for $160 each in 2 colorways. February just keeps on getting more and more insane. With that said, I do expect these to perform well as of now, but I'll confirm as we do get closer to the release date. Then we got official images for the Dunk Low Pink Pig, which should be dropping this winter for $100. Definitely expect these to be very profitable as well with a great margin. I know I keep saying that, but the truth is these dunks are just absolutely incredible, and they have been consistently performing very well. And finally, we got an in-hand look at the Dunk Low Wasted Youth, which will be dropping this winter for $100. And again, you guessed it guys, expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Music to our ears, isn't it? Anyway, that'll conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy, or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. And remember that the limited endurance restock will take place on February 2nd at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 p.m. CET in Europe. Tweeted from Keith Adam 10. And last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You, just so you guys stay updated on all urgent info like I was discussing today. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and good luck on all these upcoming drops. We have an insane month ahead of us.
Can't you find somewhere else to keep it put? Get your foot off my foot. Yeah. And I always told me not to play when another man's foot is in the way. Get your foot off my foot.